Hi learners, in this lesson we are going to look at further questions on oral literature. Our first question requires us to compare and contrast myths and legends. The similarities: both are stories, they have plot and characters. Both are based on oral tradition. They are mostly transmitted orally, usually specific to a group of people. Both involve things from the immediate environment, that is, forest, lakes, and other immediate environments. Both involve gods and supernatural world. They are believed to be true in nature, and they tell about someone or events in the past. We now want to look at the differences between myths and legends. Our first difference: legends are solely based on exploits or achievements of human characters, while myths sometimes only involve gods and animals. Some legends are attributed to historical characters like Luanda Magere, while myths are purely fictional or imaginary. Legends revolve around historical characters, events, their struggles, and achievements, while myths revolve around the origin, creation of people and other things such as customs and taboos, and the events in their environment such as death. Myths are religious or sacred, while legends are historical. Our next question requires us to briefly describe the term didactic function in literature. Didactic function refers to educative function. In the following question, we will state the main features of panegyric or praise song. The features of praise songs include: they use extensive metaphors, that is, comparing people to animals to promote certain admirable or valuable qualities. Our second feature: they glorify people, especially good leaders with admirable qualities. Similarities between tongue twisters and proverbs: they both use mnemonics, sound patterns, alliteration, and assonance. They are brief, they are fixed, they are communally accepted. In this question, we will highlight the key features of short forms, proverbs, riddles, tongue twisters, puns, and jokes. We begin with proverbs. And proverbs are precise or short. They are metaphorical, that is, they have hidden meaning. They have fixed wordings. They express community's wisdom and philosophy, that is, principles of a particular community. They are serious statements in nature. They are based on facts. They can have two parts, that is, the proposition and completion. We look at riddles. Riddles are usually short and brief. They are metaphorical, that is, they have word puzzle that requires a solution. They require two people to complete, that is, the challenger and the respondent. They are informal. They are in question and answer format. They are symmetrical, that is, they show balance and trimness in structure. They have opening formula, which is riddle, riddle. Or take performed by children. Tongue twisters is our next subtopic. They are brief statements. They are alliterative. They may or may not make sense. They may be performed at any time as they are not hard and fast. Our next questions, we are required to describe the key aspects of plot commonly evident in narrative. Now, our first key aspect is exposition, which is usually the beginning. In the beginning, it has or we involve the beginning formula, which is once upon a time there was this and that. Again, in the beginning or in the exposition, we list the characters present. Then this takes us to another key aspect, which is the rising action. In the rising action, suppose we are talking about an ogre story. In the rising action, we will talk about someone or an animal that has come across an ogre and the events the ogre is doing in that narrative. This takes us to the climax. What the ogre is going to do to a certain community. Maybe the ogre is going to swallow a child, or an ogre is going to swallow an animal. In the falling action or the denouncement, this is where we will see the ogre being killed by the villagers, and maybe the animal or the child they ate swallowed being extracted from the tummy of the child, and this takes us to the resolution or the end. In the end, where we will get the moral lesson. What did the villagers learn from the ogre story? The other question, identify the things lost when a tongue twister is translated. When we translate a tongue twister from one language or maybe to another language, we lose the accuracy, we lose originality of it. The local flavor or the beauty of the tongue twister is also lost. Connotative meaning is lost because moving from one language to another means that everything is lost, so the connotative meaning, the real meaning, is lost. The sound patterns, alliteration, rhythm and musicality may also be lost along the way as we translate it. Thank you.